And equipment will start getting to the island. Brock Long is FEMA's chief.
We are working to rebuild Puerto Rico's entire ability to reconstitute command and control and essential services in these municipalities. It's highly complex.
Yet more than 10,000 people remain in shelters across Puerto Rico. In Miami, Eben Brown, Fox News.
Former NFL star Peyton Manning has ruled out a bid for the U.S. Senate seat being vacated by Republican Bob Corker, telling a local radio station he has an interest in politics and in our country, but zero interest in being a politician. Corker announced yesterday he will retire at the end of his term. The Baltimore Ravens official national anthem singer resigning over reaction to anthem protests in the NFL.
Joey Odums won a contest in 2014 to sing the Star-Spangled Banner at Ravens home games. He's a combat veteran and African-American. He writes on Facebook that although the Ravens have been nothing but nice, fans who attack players for protesting, a right in which I fought to defend, but are simply not interested in understanding why, is the reason I'm resigning. Players kneeling during the national anthem has caused some Baltimore fans to cancel season tickets and get rid of team merchandise. Chris Foster, Fox News.
The encore song for last night's performance in Maine for the alternative band the Pixies ended in theatrical smoke and firefighters. Portland Fire Captain John Brennan says the smoke or fog used by the band set off the fire alarm at the Maine State Theater. No one was hurt. Lisa Lacera, Fox News Radio.
This is meteorologist Christy Shields with your forecast for WBLF. Our low tonight will be 57, will be partly cloudy. Tomorrow's going to be cooler and breezy with a mix of clouds and sun. Our high will be 73. Friday's high will be 69 degrees. From WTAJ, your weather authority, I'm meteorologist Christy Shields for News Talk 970 AM and 106.3 FM WBLF.
The whole time you've been on phone, babe.
Bellefonte Walk, 111 South Allegheny Street in Bellefonte is the premier place for real Chinese cuisine. With over 30 years of experience, Bellefonte Walk uses only the freshest quality ingredients for dine-in or take-out. Bellefonte Walk has a convenient all-day buffet or an extensive menu filled with all your favorite Chinese delicacies. Lunch buffet is available for only $7.75, and the dinner buffet is just $10.25. But don't take our word about what a great place Bellefonte Walk is. Just ask their customers.
Bellefonte Walk is a great place to take my family for authentic Chinese cuisine. The food is prepared fresh every day, and there's something for everyone to enjoy.
That's good Chinese food.
Hey, friends, and a pleasant good evening. Welcome to Lions Live on the Forever Lions Network, the only network built by the players to the fans. We are not a podcast, and this is not pre-recorded. We're live here in State College at the studios of Magnum Broadcasting on AM and FM and lionslive.com. Thanks for joining us. We got the big dude, Stephen Davis, Jacob Israel, and the Grizz, Jimmy Kennedy, here talking some Penn State football here tonight, coming off of a fantastic win. And obviously a lot of hot topics here today in sports. We'll be talking about all that stuff here tonight. And just so glad you could all join us here. And it's just an awesome time for Penn State football. And that's probably the most positive thing we have going here to talk about with football here of late. So we're thankful for that. A great win this past weekend, gentlemen. What a win. I'm so thankful I missed that pick. But you got to admit I was close. What are you thinking about that one, guys? Oh, man.
Well, I'll tell you what, man. What a ball game. I think we know what everybody's in store for the Big Ten. I think we all have a different idea. And again, I think we learned, like Jimmy had said, man, I have to give Jimmy a lot of credit because I think what we talked about was we're not going to really find out about ourselves until we're in certain situations. I just didn't know. We just found out about that situation so early. And a lot of things got done, and then there were a number of things that didn't get done. Obviously, I think we all agree we got to finish drives. We're going to give them to run the ball well, and they did. They ran the ball well and got done certain things. But like I said, I think the greatest part was no one panicking. I think that's the great part I've seen in some of these championship teams and some of the other folks that are there, recognizing, hey, you just got to get the job done. And we've certainly got to do better. And I think that we would have been closer to a lot of the schools you mentioned had we finished some of the drives. And I think that's what was missing. And you lead a team in the game good football team. And then, you know, hey, everybody's holding their breath, but to take that, the team down the field and people sharpen up what they had to sharpen up to, all the way to the last second, it really showed me something about the team. And that's some of the things I think I don't even beyond what else I can really get on them for. Hopefully, they're the ones that understand, you know, in the end of this week, you know, the biggest thing they got to do is get in that red zone and you got to bring it in there. You know, that means the guys up front and the other people who need to make plays, you know, they make plays. So, and I mean, sometimes, as you saw, you know, there key plays that a few people didn't make. But again, I think it's about the ones that were made, and I like the fact that folks stuck behind each other so we could finish. And that's where I'm at with it, and recognizing that a lot has to get better, but I'll take a very good following W. And again, there's a lot more that needs to get done, but I'm encouraged by the way we finished that night. And that's why I'm getting in there to my man, Jawan Johnson. Listen, that dude, before he got some guts, I was like, how did he get that thing? Number 27, that ball went over his head. Had to be less than 2 inches over his head. Yeah. Get right to Jawan Johnson. What a throw. That's what he had to give me sort of credit, man. You know, good job out here. We didn't get everything else together, but I was really encouraged by the great win, and every win is a great win, and the Big Ten's going to be tough this year, as I always say.
Well said, Stephen. Yes, I was, you know, glad to be wrong. Looking back at our picks, I put all of that up online there to see how we did. And score-wise, you know, Jimmy was in at 34-17, and Yakov at 35-14, and Stephen, you were at 30-13. I was at 28-24. It was a hard-fought game. I mean, this was a real test. You know, I don't think anybody goes into Indiana is going to walk out real easy with a win. They just play good ball when they're at home, and that's just the way that always plays out there. And they've given us trouble here, even at Beaver Stadium in the past. We've had our difficulties with I in the past. I knew it wasn't going to be an easy game, but like you said, a win is a win, and we're thankful.
You know, yeah, I'm here, fellas. You know, here's the thing is, you know, there's a such thing as we always say, hey, you know what, it's an ugly win. You know, sometimes I think that there's great things that happen in ugly wins, because you'll be able to go out there and you'll be able to see what your team was made of in terms of what their fight was. I'll call it the ugly win only because our expectations for this team is definitely higher than, you know, most, for the most part. So what happens is we expect them to go out there, and as us being Penn State alums, we see their flaws. We see, you know, as a fan, it was exciting. It was a great win. It was, oh my God, and so on. But as us, you know, watching, because, you know, we're going to report on the game the following week, seeing guys, rooting for guys, you watching certain guys watching positions, big dudes watching the O-line, I'm watching the D-line, I'm watching the and so on. So what happens is we see the flaws. It's like, oh, come on. Right. But then now, when you stop, and if we don't make that catch, we will have so many things to point out, corrections and stuff that will need to get done for us to continue to grow as a team and become, you know, to reach the goal that we have. So I still call it an ugly win. But I think there's so much that was answered in terms of us being tested as a unit. You know, it didn't seem like anyone was panicking. It seemed like, you know, even me, I was over there, like, I was tweeting about it and stuff like this, and I was just like, man, I just feel this in my gut. We're going to win this game. Right. You know, I was just like, don't worry, Tracy's going to take him down. We're going to score on this drive. And, you know, I got a bunch of retweets like, oh, Kennedy said they were going to do it and so on, and they did it. And I just really felt that because I didn't see the body language, you know, and I'm not taking shots at nobody like that, but I didn't see anyone go Cam Newton and throw a towel over their head. You know what I'm saying? I didn't see, and that's the thing about that I access. I mean, when I'm watching the game and that I'm focusing on, I'm trying to see what happens and so on. And I think that's the reason why, and I'm jumping this topic real quick, I think that's the reason why I don't like JT Barrett. Because, you know, when I look at him, it's no sense. There's no drive. Like when we was losing and we was down and so on, and when McSorley on the sideline, he was good. Yeah, he was good. You know, like, oh, we straight. Like, come on, let's go. You know, and that's hard. You know, and it's just like so. So I was like, oh, hold up, they ready to go. Like, you know, when I looked and they were showing the guys, I said, I don't know what's going to happen today, but I know we're going to play some great defense. I know it's going to be a battle. You know, and I said, and I was just like, you know, certain things happen. I would have liked to see the receivers, multiple, you know, like Jaron and so on. I would like to have seen more bigger plays from them because I think they were doing a good job of putting 8 in the box and so on. But it's just like the questions that we had the week prior. The week prior, we had questions saying that, okay, 8 in the box, let's stop playing around with Barkley, let's run the ball. And they still was running the ball with 8 in the box. So I was excited about what the guys did this week. It was a great win. And the Big Ten is not only are we going to get tested and so on and give people best shots, but everyone wants a chance to say, hey, we knocked off the defending Big Ten champ.
That's right. That's right. Anyway, I know that I think Yakov just chimed on. Also, we have Dan the fan here, and as we're giving we'll get you on here in a second, Dan. Just 1 second, but I want to get Yakov some words in here about our game from last week. Yakov, glad you could join us.
Hey, good, man. Great to be here, guys. And what's up, bro? Hey, y'all sounding good. I just wanted to piggyback real fast with Jimmy. You know, just as a high school football coach, and I coached a lot of you know, rebuilding programs, and we also were underdogs, and we would go against a better team and. You know, like Jimmy said, we would, you know, if we didn't have enough to win, we would try to say, well, at least we shut down Barkley, you know, or at least we shut down the passing game. Even if we couldn't win, we wanted to try to take something away from them or to try to make it more difficult. So I agree, like, we're going to see more of that where teams are going to try to build on what happened last week, and we might see something new, a little twist to it. So.
Well said.
What do you guys think?
Well, I think you're on spot, Yakov, and it's going to be all I can say is it's going to be a great season as it plays out. That's all.
Yakov, to add on what you said, I think it's right because it becomes a thing of like this, like, you know what? When you watch the film, you're trying to find a team's weakness. When you're watching the film. Like, for example, Penn State versus India this week, Coach Franklin isn't going to have the guys watch one game. You're going to pick the 4 games that they played, and you're going to find their habits. You're going to find their weaknesses and see if it's consistent to certain fronts and so on or whatever. So what happens is, even as, like you said, if you're playing a team with lesser talent and the focus is to stop Barkley, now if you have success with it, people, I mean, just like the NFL and college football, people mimic that. So you go out there, and even if it's not your style, you go up and you see if it works, and they didn't make those corrections, then guess what? You keep doing it. You know, you keep doing it. If the defensive end is going to continue to collapse the pocket, then guess what? We're going to keep running the option. We're going to keep running the bootleg. We're going to keep doing the stuff until they fix it. And if they ain't going to fix it, we're going to run up the score on them and so on. So the thing about it is we have to realize that just keeping ourselves balanced and focusing on Penn State football, not worrying about what other people are trying to do, but having a react in the Penn State way to the negative stuff or the different stuff that they'll do to us. Even when it comes to the media. You know? Because when I was watching this game, I was like, come on, how much we going to talk about? You know, like think about this. When Penn State struggled, from the time the game started, they was talking upset. Oh, you know, Iowa knocked off the number 2 team. This couldn't happen. Iowa's go Kirk Francis this and so on and so on. The whole game, that's all I was listening to. I was like, halftime we was down by 3 and everything else, they scored before I'm like, well, why are we still talking upset in this second quarter? Like, what are we talking about? Like, give us a chance here. And then it becomes like like, I get upset with that because now, like, well, are we still against Penn State without, saying that, hey, we're against Penn State? It was like you was rooting for us to lose.
Yep.
I'm just like, Mom, nah. I'm just like, all right, maybe it's because it's a home game for Iowa. Maybe talking, and I take my hat off to how Iowa is doing things. I told you they always play it tough. I love what they're doing with the Children's Hospital, looking down at their fans and stuff like that, and how the fans waiting. I loved it. That was amazing to me. Mm-hmm. But for me, being in Penn State, I was like, man, I love these kids, and I'm glad they're all right and so on, but they're going to get their heart broke today because Penn State is leading the W. It was like, and I don't know if the commentators, because obviously we're biased because we're Penn Staters, I don't know if the commentators was like, you know what? I really would love to see Iowa knock it off because we had a kid that we talked to and so on, but I was tired of hearing it. I don't think we get our respect. Because, like I said, guess what? We were talking upset, but when Sports Center and stuff came on, they was talking about a confidence game that JT Barrett had. Confidence game. I mean, no, we get a confidence game and we can't get a confidence game. Jeez. He really got his confidence back. The fans was asking the coach to bench him and everything else and so on. He didn't need to be playing. He wasn't playing good ball and so on. And Ohio State went out there and had a great confidence boosting game for JT Barrett the whole time. And I'm just like, man, we're winning. We are battling right now, and they keep talking about how we're going to lose.
Well, yeah, who it was. I think it's Herb Street, right? Was the one making those comments. He's talking upset from the very start, and he's even been tweeting silliness and videos and stuff afterwards. Listen, he played for Ohio State, and he doesn't like Penn State. It's pretty obvious, and he can't remove himself from that when he's announcing the game. It's just obvious, and he let it. We can see it for what it is. I don't know if other fans can or not. I think other people are noticing it.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And from my position, and I want to say is that, Skip, but what happens is I go back to when I played and I say, you know what, Kurt and Brett Musburger always gave me the best compliments. I love listening to the game. So I hear what you're saying because maybe he just liked me. He liked the best. So I was thinking the same thing. I was like, who is this? I was upset. I was tweeting ABC. Like, ABC, what's going on? Get these guys out of here. And while they asking this little sick kid so many questions, he's sick. Like, stop asking so. I was upset. I mean, why are you actually keep prepared for this interview? Who is this lady asking these kids 9 and 10 questions in the hospital? Come on now.
Yeah, I mean,
that was. Understand me. I was speaking in terms of, I understand giving his 15 minutes and so on, whatever, but it was still like the thing of, like, we got a sick kid here, and if you're not addressing things the proper way, which I didn't feel that I thought that he answered the questions properly like a kid, but it was like, it's like me saying right now, like, hey, guys, I really enjoyed the game. And then that awkward silence hit it, and it's like, what? You thought you were going to say more? You wasn't going to say more. Why you still got the mic by his mouth? Pull the mic back.
Yeah, they're hoping for some special moment, and listen, God bless the little kid. I hope he gets better and
yeah, exactly.
has a great life. It has nothing to do about that, folks. We love him and we wish the best for the kid, but it's the principle behind it is what we're talking about here, and that's just what's
definitely.
And that's what's gone haywire now with us, and I think that's what Dan the fan here wanted to come in and talk a little about. Dan, you there with us?
Yes, sir.
All right, Dan, I know it's great to have you on here. What do you think about the win here last week? I know you have some things heavy in your heart you wanted to share with us as a fan, so it's all you, buddy.
Yes, well, 2 weeks ago when I was at the Pitt game, I ran into, somebody ran into me out of 100 and some odd thousand people, came up from behind me, and who was it? But Yaakov Yuzuriel, of all people. And, oh my God!
I could see a mile away, Dan the fan.
It was that hat, brother. But what a great feeling to win that game, because I work with people that are either LSU fans or Alabama fans, and I hear all about Penn State. Penn State. And you know what? After this past weekend, because as I was telling Skip, many of you guys know I'm in the middle of moving with Christine. We're moving from one side to the other. So this past weekend, we were moving, and I'm like, that's it. After 7 o'clock, I'm done. We're done moving. We got to watch this Penn State game. So I take a shower quick, hop in the bed, throw on the TV, watching the game. Halftime comes, I'm out like a light. Next thing I know, I'm getting this flipping elbow, and she's like, wake up. I'm like, what's the matter? She says, Penn State's driving. I'm like, are you kidding me? And with 4 seconds on the 9-yard line, Penn State drives and wins the game. And just like I said, now she's hooked. But what a game. What a game. And you know what? The people that I work with hasn't said anything to me about Penn State because they're winning. And, you know, it's okay to lose or win or whatever like that, but it's just a feeling of either going up there or watching it on TV. That's, you know, and to run into Yakov like that out of 100-some-thousand people, I mean, it's just fun. It was a great game.
Well, you know, Dan, I know we talked a little bit about this, and we'll might as well
just
start. And I guess we might as well just open up the Pandora's box here, and you know, I'll start out with just a quick commentary on this. And you know, I personally have just been saddened with what I've been seeing going on in sports. You know, sports are a wonderful thing in our country and our society that takes our minds away from things that can be upsetting and polarizing. And, you know, people can unite behind a team and enjoy it. Politics are out of it. All these other things are out of it. And sadly, you know, a group of people of a political bent have now found a way to basically get involved and find a way to drive wedges and using things that are there to unite us as people. You know, what makes this country great is we all come from different backgrounds. We all have different ideas about a lot of different things. I have a lot of different opinions. The thing that brings us together is the flag of our country and our national anthem. And it's sad to me beyond words to see something like that now can be used as something to polarize people. And I was very upset to see what took place this week in the NFL. And I know that's a hot topic out there and everybody's talking about it. You know, you're free to do whatever you want in this country like that. You do so, and you reap the repercussions from it. That's pretty much all I can say. I personally didn't care for anything that I saw, and I have zero respect for the people who want to diss our country like that. And that's pretty much all I'm going to say on it, but that's just my 2 cents worth. And my name's Skip Drabblebis, and I approve the message.
Skip, I think we all got something to say about that, Skip. Now, and you be careful. Don't you get involved in this politics when you do.
No, brother.
Again, this is what I was getting out of it. Jimmy, you get it. I mean, what I got out of it is, and everybody knows that I'm going to flag is about the country. First of all, a leader of the country has no business calling out people and other things. It's not about your opinion. You don't run the country unilaterally. You're the president. You're the daggone king, okay? You're the president, and you have a big responsibility to address things as you are. If you're somewhere else, like Alabama, and you support a political candidate, would you please concentrate on that and not get involved in what else is going on? Because there's more division than I've ever seen. That's what I'm saying. We don't have enough time on the show. People are addressing division and things they don't like. I don't have a lot of time to talk about it all. I don't think that was the issue we start talking about was this. The people who are on their knees are ones that felt like they're this because the country isn't doing what it's supposed to do. And not just forget about who's president and all that. This is way before that. This is just all together. People aren't saying that people don't share that this is the greatest country in the world now. That there's so much that's going on that's just not wrong. It's people aren't working together. Like, we're working on this project and we're doing all the things that we're doing. You coming, for example, and helping to start this show was great because you were bringing people together. That's what happened, and that's what I love about this show. What I'm saying is, in general, whoever it might be needs to take some other things. Now, these people are from other ethnicities, other backgrounds, economic. situations that came and we all brought up differently. They all have an idea about what this flag is, that Betsy Ross showed, okay? So we can go to meeting places, but I don't think it was about the flag. I doubt it was about the flag. It wasn't about the national anthem. I mean, everybody got a million arguments. The question is, could things be better, not just in the country, in this world? It can be. But other people's country is not my country and not my experience. So everybody went against what was said to them to call people names and use profanity toward. And I won't go into this because we even talk about a leader we all know, and I won't get into who he was. You mentioned it a couple of years ago, you should never refer to anybody, you know who it was, and I won't get into who it was, that called a bunch of people something. And that's what the issue's been. I don't care who you are. It makes no sense for you to call people names and then put people in categories. Because if you do that, we're not all the same. We're not here. We're not all free. We have a different freedom. Every time I walk this earth, I got to overcome some contingency that somebody else doesn't have to come over. And it's not even about police or anything like that. That's one part of it. But what people fail to realize is that we walk in different shoes and we see things different and we have the experience and we're not all blessed to be able to do stuff like this together. I think the question is now is what happens now. Now you can't blame it on Colin Kaepernick. Who are you blaming on? And the question is it's not about what's done. What can be done to be fixed? Who are these players? And to be honest with you, the NFL, 70% minority, men of color, mostly African American, to make a statement like that, and again, no one's saying anything. The Colin Kaepernick thing has died down. Why do you even make a statement to make it worse for some people who haven't argued about it? That's the question. It's about mutual respect for each other, and it's about looking for people who bring the fire. Then you're going to tell somebody to boycott the NFL. But this is just crazy because he's taking this position as president, and he's using it, and he has no time. Go out to people of Puerto Rico, and every week they're Puerto Rico for goodness sake. Forget about football.
Hey, fellas, Big Dude, I heard you, and I heard you skipping. First off, I'm going to start by saying what I have to say is with you guys, I love you guys, and I love all my Penn State players, and I talked to my son about this, who's 11 years old, and I let him know, I said, hey, no matter the race, color, size, man, woman, so we love everybody. It's just how we are. I come from the middle of New York City where it was a melting pot, and the only racism that I experienced was we were poor. And where I lived at, there were everyone, poor Asians, poor Mexicans, poor, white folks, and so on, all different races, and so we're poor together in the projects and so on. From my position, and here's what my thing is, because I'm going to speak from a couple of different points, and I'll make mine as short and as sweet as possible. As an athlete who comes from poverty, we have an obligation to our people, and I speak in terms of, like I said, being poor. We have an obligation that most of us, when we go back home, we are considered sellouts. We're considered we're not doing anything. Like I had a woman tell me this week that I'm no longer a New Yorker. Meanwhile, the house that I bought for my grandmother, the houses and stuff that I bought for my family, the homes that I go to when I go back up there that I paid for, and all my family living there, I'm no longer a New Yorker because I made it out. I had people call me as I grew up a sellout, or Uncle Tom, because I didn't go to a black college. I went to Penn State and it's surrounded by whites. And I'm not speaking just in terms of, the white supremacists and all that other stuff. I'm not talking about that. I'm speaking just in terms of how my own people have viewed me. I feel, when it's all said and done, when Colin took a knee, how, as athletes, they continue to ask us athletes, like before this became about the flag and everything else, people always wanted to say, when is Michael Jordan going to speak out about this topic? Right. When is LeBron? When is Kobe? When are these people going to speak out about this topic? Even when these black people were unarmed, black people were getting killed and so on. When is Obama? We got a black president. When is he going to speak out about these topics and so on? Because he's from Chicago. He knows what we're going through and so on. They have something for us. And it was one of those things that, like, when Colin started the situation, he started sitting down on the bench. And they've talked about now how one of his teammates, who was a ranger and so on like that, said when you pay respect to the fallen soldiers, they take a knee. So pay respect to your fallen, unarmed black people by taking a knee going in front of the flag. Because this is America. My son is no different from Yaakov's kids or from Big Dude's kids and so on because of the amount of money that I made, or because I'm a black man. So we're all equal. So I think the knee part came about because I don't think it was a thing about the flag. I think it came about because it was like, yeah, we're not talking about, like, we talk about cops killing people and not being held accountable. Do you realize that it takes longer to become a beautician than it does to become a cop? Wow. And understand what I'm saying, Skip. When it comes to this, I talked to my buddies, one of my high school teammates. He was a sniper. He was a Marine. Like, you know, he's talked about it, and he talked about the protest and how he's against it and so on. But what happens is, here's what I don't like about the president that we have. And I'm not saying it in a negative way because he's our president, and I will always respect him as our president. When it comes to that, I'm not one of those, hey, because there's nothing we can do about it. You know, if we would have won or so or whatever, it doesn't change my household. I don't like the fact that I love Skip, I love Big Dude, and I could be in a situation right now between the topic with the president to where we don't talk anymore. We argue, we fight, and so on, just by mentioning his name if we're for or against, and now we're fighting. The fact that we're in this position as black men and as a white man and every other race and so on, instead of just being Penn State people who love people, which is who we are, we have to pick a side. And I don't like that. Because then I stop and I look and I say, okay, well, I was upset and I was blocking people. Everyone that was saying something negative and so on social media and so on, it was like, oh, maybe if they don't see it this way, maybe, you know what, maybe they are racist, or maybe it's this and so on. Because when I stop, Skip, and I look and I say, I really say this, I say, if people really think NFL players are protesting the flag, it's really like thinking Rosa Parks was protesting public transportation. Do you think she went to the back of the bus to say, hey, you know what, I don't like the public transportation? No. You understand? This has nothing to do with the flag. And because it became greater than what it is, right now, the message on unarmed black folks, unarmed, minorities, they literally had film on a cop planting a gun on a guy, and he was innocent. Yeah. And understand what reality is. Reality is this, and I don't take it a certain way, is as I live in a gated community right now in a 5-bedroom, 6-bedroom house, about 7,000 square feet, me and my son, right? And I have my license to carry guns and so on. I'm the vice president in my HOA and everything else and so on. And I can tell you this right now, that if a kid is walking through the neighborhood and so on right now, Skip, I have the funds and so on to make sure I have the proper lawyers. If he's doing something wrong and it just so happens that I killed him, the chances of me being locked up in jail were definitely greater than George Zimmerman. And then to follow up in America, to sell the gun and everything else, and have it go for over $100,000 and everything else, like, come on, there's still a child that got killed, no matter what the race is.
And Jimmy, I understand what you're saying, and I'm speaking as a person who's already had 2 federal lawsuits against 2 police departments, and I'll be filing a federal lawsuit probably within the next 15 days against a Pennsylvania state trooper who watched a video of me being assaulted, tackled to the ground. You know, it's going to come out. Okay, thank God I had the video. And believe me, you know what? I thought to myself, you know, here I'm a white dude. I'm assaulted by these knuckleheads for flying my drone. Okay, legally following the laws, registered the Federal Aviation Administration, all that stuff. I'm out there doing, and these knuckleheads come under the color of law, saying they've been deputized, assaulted me, tapped me, and I had to just, and listen, I speak as a person who went to a police academy, spent 4 years as a police officer in the Marine Corps. My brother was a cop in Philly, and that's another side note there. While he was in the academy, Jimmy, and you brought a good point about the training. While he was in the academy, he had pulling guys out of there, arresting them while they're in the academy. That's how bad it is. Yeah, we got problems, and it's not just limited. But I think the black man today does have it a lot worse than a white guy. But I was speaking as a white guy where this stuff went on. And I played the video to the trooper here in Pennsylvania. And you know what he did? Because these people were friends of his, he turned around, retaliated, and tried to charge me with a crime. Now, of course, I went to court, and I won that. We sequestered. We showed that they were liars. And I just said, hey, Judge, watch this video. And he watched it, and he's like, forget this. Well, you know what? He did wrong, because just because you're trusted with the public trust doesn't mean you get to use that badge to take care of your friends. All right.
Exactly.
And that's what's wrong in this country. And listen, those jokers that do this stuff, I don't care what race a person is. When you're trusted to protect and serve, you better do it. And if you don't, you need to get it worse than these other people. Like you mentioned that, I saw that video, Jimmy. I know you're talking about with that guy that planted the evidence. That guy needs to get the penalty of what the guy would be getting for the drugs if they really were his.
And I agree with you. And I agree with you. I totally agree with you. But the situation is that guy is found not guilty, and he's off the hook.
Yeah.
So understand that's what the nail is for. Understand this situation of what we're speaking of, Skip. You had evidence and so on to get you out of this case to help you win. You know how many situations that listen. I literally have been thrown to the floor in the middle of New York City, coming from football practice, going to the barbershop for mistaken identity with a knee to the back of my head and so on. And my father was standing over me crying, saying he's only 14. But because I was 6'3" at 14 years old, literally I was judged and so on.
That's right.
I talk all the time to my teammates and so on, like I was just telling you about a Marine. He said, the problem is this. He said, here's what reality is. He said, people need to, he said the other day, and he called me, he's like, hey, Grizz, listen, the other day I was going into the store, and there's this little black kid that said, hey, it's a cop, Mom. And he went to give him a 5. He was about 7, 8 years old. He went to give him a 5. His mother snatched his arm and pulled him back like he was the Grim Reaper. I responded to him. He said, man, you know, it's just difficult times. I said, it's not just about difficult times, bro. I said, because here's what reality is. Right. The next time, look at the message that was planted in that child's head. The message was, the police is bad. Stay away from them. But understand this. I said, Dave, she wasn't judging you because you did something wrong. Here's what reality is. She's in the middle of a war zone, in the middle of the project, and poverty and so on. And if she's standing there talking to a cop with her son, she looks like an informant.
Right.
You understand? I said, she looks like an informant, so let me get my child away from this cop. Right. So it don't look like I'm snitching on someone, telling on someone. But understand this, that 7, 8-year-old kid doesn't get that message.
Right.
So what happens when that kid turns 16, 17 years old, 10 years from now, and now he's getting pulled over by the cops for the first time? What has he spent the last 10 years thinking? The cops are bad. My mom pulled me away from it. So he said we don't do a great job of educating ourselves. He said he thinks and he teaches and so on right now. He's still in the academy and so on. I mean he's still on the force and so on. And he said he would love to see the government put something in place like before you get your license you have to have a class so you know how to interact with police. You know what I'm saying? He said different things it should be a class, a requirement, and so on. So we don't, because a lot of people are misinformed. And because we know a cousin or so on, and I speak of the poverty, because we don't get the education levels that others get. So what happens is, because we misinformed, or we have cousins and so on who dealt with the law, we think we know everything that it is with the law. Oh, I know the law. I know this. In reality, we really don't.
Right. Well, you're right. And my advice to anybody when it comes to the police, and I say this as a brother who's a detective now, all right, and when you talk to the police, never. You have the right to remain silent, and today you better exercise it, because it doesn't matter what it is you say, they're going to find a way to try to use it against you. And that's in every community. The last thing and the point I'll say about this is, though, I agree all these things need to be addressed. And there's a couple ways to fix a lot of this. If the judgments started getting paid out of the police pensions funds, these guys would police themselves to make sure that they don't rob from their own kiddies whenever they want to go and retire after 20 years and out. All right. There's a lot of ways to try to fix and reform all this stuff. And these protests are taking place. I think there's a time and place, and they need to happen. Okay. I personally just would not like to see it happen during a sport I love and during presentation of colors and an anthem that we all should be united under and agree and say we're with this together here, and I just that's where I think we got to try to figure some ways out to try to do something better than this.
I agree. My thing is, Skip, like I said, we've been given, and I think what Jimmy's talking about, 2 years, we've all been taught a certain thing and a certain type of history that tells us, and that's the whole point. I don't think anybody wants to ignore all that. And we realize, Jimmy said, and I thank you for Jimmy for calling me that. I think my blood pressure went up a little bit. But the thing about it is we don't need anybody being called anymore. I don't care what anybody says. And I think that, we can go ahead and we can talk about what your strong opinions are, but people are still, like you said, have got to figure it out. What is it that we can do to bring people together? And I think that's what all those things are supposed to be about. But what happens is, and not just even in the police things, and just contingencies that a 6'3", 14-year-old has to overcome. An African American 6'3", let's keep it real. He's got to overcome a lot of contingencies, and his father having to explain that. Well, that is one bad situation. What about all the rest of them? And that was my whole point about when people are talking about the country, people are talking about all the other things that you find out later. People are all of a sudden now, they don't want to honor people who have burst in different places. I mean, you have a person get run down with a car, and you got people on campuses now putting white supremacist symbols up and recruiting people to divide the country and other things again. The last thing in the world we need is to call a group of people names.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. It's people don't want to deal with that. And that's the whole point. Like Jimmy said, I respect the office. And I think because I respect the office is why I'm really concerned that it hasn't gotten any further. And even if you don't, if somebody says to stop thinking of me, what's going to be the quality of the play? What's going to be the quality of everything else that goes on? And then attacking the enterprise of the country, the most significant enterprise, which is not that you can't do it. You've got to do those things unilaterally. You are the president, I respect the office, but you are not the king. That's different. He's not the king. And he's operating unilaterally by doing that, and you've got to accept that. You don't come back at it. Then you get other teams like the Golden State Warriors who don't want to go to the White House. Hey, what? Hey, okay. Skip, sorry for cutting you off, big dude. Did you see, I mean, and I'll just piggyback on what Big Dude just said. Did you see that President Trump said, North Carolina said they don't want to go to the White House? And President Trump's response was, another squad doesn't want to come here. I guarantee you that I will back, he said, back whoever he needed to back to make sure that they investigate the program, because I guarantee you they broke NCAA rules and so on, whatever.
Oh man, I hope that's not true. I hope that's not true, man.
Guaranteed.
Oh, I hope that's not true. I hope that's
no, that is true, Skip.
Oh man, that's again, that's disappointing. That I think sometimes we a lot of people say things that they shouldn't, and that'd definitely be one of them. It's disappointing all the way around. Everyone wants to try to polarize. I don't think I spent 10 years in the military, and there was a president in there that while I was in serving, that I saw him doing damage to our military and country in a lot of different ways. And he's my president. I didn't take a knee when I was supposed to salute. I didn't protest at anybody like that, because I know that what I was trained, the right thing to do is in the presentation of colors is stand at attention, and if I'm in uniform, I salute the flag. If I'm indoors under arms with a weapon, I salute. Those are things we do because though I didn't like the guy and what he was doing, I couldn't stand what he was doing in the military. I couldn't stand the way he was running the country. I still had, though, because these are the colors of my country. This is the anthem that we've been given that we can all unite under. I'll take a break. I'll do what I'm supposed to do to respect the country, even though I don't have to like or particularly care for the guy who's my boss. But I'll follow orders he gives me. He sends me somewhere to go do whatever. I'm going to follow my orders and do it the best way I can because that's what I agreed to do. So it's a balancing act we got to try to play here with this, and I'm sure there's people serving today that don't particularly like the president, and there may be some people that do. But at the end of the day, an order's an order. You got to follow it. You got to do the best you can, and try to make positive change in some way without trying to find ways to polarize people. We need to deal with these issues in this country, no doubt, but we got to find a better way to do it.
Right. Let me just say this real quick, Jimmy. Now, tell me something, Jimmy. When you played in the National Football League, like Curry, you played in the National Football League. The National Football League, what do they say? The label, the symbol, not the arm. What is it a model of, the NFL, the NFL symbol? What is it a model of? It's a model of what? Right? It's not the long. Well, it's not the long, too. But here's the thing. When I look at that shield, I'm sorry, but I look at the shield, the badge. The shield is the model of the United States of America.
Yes.
This is my thing, Skip. And in the United States of America, first of all, people have First Amendment rights. And they can say what they like.
Right.
And that's what it's all about. So one thing is, if you are in any office, or you're doing anything else that has anything to do with the betterment of that shield, which is the United States, you cannot sit here and unilaterally sit here and misrepresent and expect people not to say anything. That's the whole point.
Yeah.
Hey, Big Dude, let me.
Okay, go ahead, Jimmy. Go ahead.
No, because I know we're going to get back to football, you know, because here's what my thing is. I think let's get lost out there, Skip. You know, here's how I view it when it comes to this, because it's not about from my position, I respect where you're coming from, and I sympathize.
Oh, I respect you.
Yeah, because I sympathize, because like I was saying, what I don't like is now it's to the point to where, like, I love and I see Skip's point, and I'm just like, man, I really wouldn't want to take a knee right now because, you know, I don't want to disrespect Skip and the people that I love. But then I stop and I look and say, hey, my people is getting killed over here and so on, and I don't want to, you know, be judged a certain way because I love my people and I don't want to see them hurt. So I hate that we're in that position.
Yes.
But then it's also a thing of, especially when it comes to NFL, it's like, you know what? The NFL, yeah, it's a shield and different stuff and so on, but it's as if you break down, they keep saying millionaires and stuff, and they get paid millions. I'm saying, no. This guy's on the squad making $200,000 before Uncle Sam takes his cut. You understand? I'm just like, so everyone's not making millions. You got 2% of each team that makes $1 million. You understand? This guy's on the squad that's making $300,000, $400,000, and so on. You know, and we only get paid September, October, and November. And if you get a face mask call, that's a $7,000 fine. You understand? So it's not, and if you get that helmet-to-helmet call, that's a $10,000 fine. And we only making $200,000 and so on. So it becomes that point that we're stuck with and so on. So the way I look at the NFL is this. Yeah, we work for the NFL, which is a non-profit organization, but we are all independent contractors under it because we don't negotiate our contract like a union with our team and so on. We are each individual people. Another thing is what I was speaking in terms of before about us, when you come from poverty, what else can Kaepernick have done to make a difference, to bring attention to this? You understand? So it's not about defamation taking a shot at the flag. What else can he do? It's a peaceful protest and so on, and it's bringing attention to the fact that, hey, these unarmed people are being killed. Unarmed black folks are being killed. What I don't like is when you take it to the next level and you start wearing pig socks with cops and everything else and so on. That's way too far. That's way too far. You know, when you start wearing shirts, kill police or whatever the case may be and different stuff to point the finger at that, because just like everything that we do, there's good and there's bad. And I don't like the fact that right now it's focused on sports, when next week it could be focused on building a wall for Mexicans, it could be focused on the white supremacists, it could be this, it could be that. It seems like under this president right now is so much division that it's bad. So we're supposed to be talking about happy football right now, but yet we're sitting over there with blood pressures going up and down and so on because it's so personal to every one of us, and we all come from different backgrounds.
Well, you're right. You're absolutely right, Jimmy, because I love all you guys. I love all my past teammates, and the future ones we're getting as guys become one of us old guys, and we're all part of this family of football players. And we all love one another. There's nothing we wouldn't do to try to help one another. And it's very frustrating to see something like this that polarizes everybody in all the wrong directions, because I share in that anger and that frustration and the injustices out there that take place at the hands, that you just talked about, Jimmy. The policemen are doing these things. It's wrong. As far as I know, my brother's been a good cop during his career. He's out there trying to do the right things. All right. And you have some bad guys that are doing the wrong things. And I'm speaking as a white guy who's experienced the bad things. Okay. I don't think it's limited to just race, but I would agree though that, listen, man, I will be the first to say, I understand why anybody would want to run from the cops today, because you don't want to get hemmed up in that system, because the system is so bad that you just don't want nothing to do with it. So I understand why people run. I don't blame. But nowadays, you see the videos that are out there. There's people down on their knees, hands above their heads, behind their heads, and they're being attacked by police dogs. They're being shot and killed. This has gone way too far. And the part that's really outrageous is, and the best thing I think could ever happen is right from the time, if the president wants to do something good and to fix a lot of this stuff, every single police officer should wear a body cam from the time they start work to the time it ends, and they can't erase nothing, and it has to stay on, because accountability takes place and video doesn't lie. And then we need to start prosecuting these people who are doing this stuff and make examples of them. The law should come down heavier and harder on these guys who are trusted to enforce it, protect it, and serve it than the regular civilian. Because when you abuse that authority, you need to pay more severely.
Hey, Skip, I agree with you, and like I said, I would love for us to get back with football, but listen, I agree with you, but I think what happens is when I talk to my friends and so on, that's cops and state troopers and stuff like that, here's what comes up. Skip, it would be great to hold people accountable like that, but how do you get a guy who's a white, comes from a white, suburb and everything else, and can't relate to areas that he will work in. So, for example, the media plays its part. Like, if he go watch it, he watched Boys in the Hood or New Jack City and so on and whatever, and then now all of a sudden he's in there, he's in the mix, he's going to already have a hot, he's always going to be nervous. It's always going to be a certain thing. But then, I talked with my guy, I talked with Dave the other day, and literally he said this to me. He said, you know what, Jimmy? He said, it's crazy because we just had a 20, and you can see it on a 26-year-old officer just got shot in the face. She survived. She broke her jaw and so on, but she got shot in the face a night before, 2 nights ago. In an ambush and so on, as a gang initiation thing and so on, whatever. But he said this: what people don't realize is this. Sometimes hello?
Yeah, you're good, Jimmy. You're good.
Yeah, it's a woman talker. Yeah, I know it's on the end, but yeah, but hello.
Yep, you're good, Jimmy.
Yeah,
I'm here.
Yeah, so here's what he said. He said, well, we don't know as civilians. We don't know what cops go through. For example, a 6-year-old kid got killed. When you just put your pants leg on, put your uniform on, and so on. Hey, we had a call last night. A 6-year-old kid got killed, and so on. Now you're on patrol and so on, and you know that just 2 blocks from where you were, the killer is still still on the loose. Who's the father, or so on the case may be. A girl got raped, and so on. You're still looking for that person, and so on, or whatever. A fight just happened, a robbery just happened, and so on. When you call the police, it's usually negative. It's usually something negative that's going on. So you have these ordinary people, and I'm not justifying their actions. You have these ordinary people who are going out, who's hearing nothing but negative situations and so on. That's why police are hated more than firefighters. Firefighters are coming in to save the day. But you have an ordinary person who, from a suburb neighborhood, who already thinks possibly the worst of, black folks or the environment that he's in and so on. one can't relate to those environments and so on, that who now continue to hear all the negatives that's going on in the war zone that he's in, and we expect him to not, you know, he's getting spit on, he's getting disrespected, he's getting, you know, like, you know, it's all of us, as I mean, I'm sure, I believe all of us are in a relationship or married to some point. Sometimes it's not just what we say, it's how we say it. We got to come off soft to our wife. But when a cop pulls, you know, a black guy over in the hood, no matter what the race is, it's like, what you want? Like, what you pull me over for? It's already an attitude. It's already something that comes with it. And we're asking human beings to control themselves and keep themselves in, you know, in a position to where they're working. You know, whereas we all have had that rude cashier or that rude waitress or so on, like, we're still human. So we're going to condemn these people and have them be held responsible for that. Oh, by the way, the officer who got shot got shot by a guy who the judge allowed to leave when 2 months prior they found this same guy with a sawed-off shotgun, a 9mm, and over 500 rounds of ammo.
Whoa.
But the judge let him off because he was a minor still, and so on, whatever, and so on, and let him off with just 2 years probation.
Wow, that's crazy.
And now here it is 2 months. Wow. He shoot a cop.
That's crazy.
So we have to inform people.
Yeah.
And teach these cops and officers and so on how to deal with all these situations before we try to hold them accountable.
Stand by for a quick station ID break, guys. 1 second.
Enter entrepreneur in the How Did You Hear About Us section.
News Talk 970 WBLF Bellefonte State College and all new at 106.3 FM W292 EC Altoona Bellefonte State College WBLF AM and FM. Depend on it.
Hey, thanks for holding, guys. Sorry I had to get that legal ID break in there. Listen to Line Live, folk on WBLF AM FM here in State College. Grizz, Jimmy Kennedy, Big Dude, Stephen Davis, Jacoby Israel. My name's Skip Drivelbus, and we got some great topics going on here tonight, folks. And I am truly appreciative of Jimmy, you sharing things like this that people need to hear. We need to talk about this stuff. There needs to be dialogue that's taking place. People don't understand what's happening unless we bring it out like this and talk about it. So please continue, Jimmy.
Oh, you know, I mean, I totally agree with you, and I just wanted to share just some of the stuff because, understand this, as me, I don't pick a side. Like, I post some funny stuff, I'll say something about relationships or so on, whatever. I don't like jumping on social media right now because in everything we do right now, it's about picking a side. And that's hard to do when you were brought up, you know, to respect everyone and to give love and so on. So now it's like, well, why am I picking a side? Why is it, okay, well, Skip, yes, I understand you serve. I understand you have people. I understand. But I'm also speaking from my position, Skip. I played 9 years, and out of the 9 years that I played in the NFL, 7 of those years, we didn't have the national anthem. You understand?
Sure.
So 7 years that I played, and then now to actually be in when we had the national anthem, it was like, hey, listen, fellas, we don't want you guys grab assing out there. We need you guys to, you know, have your helmets off and so on, whatever. And then it's like, you know, it's the stuff that we talked about last year, Skip, when we was talking about Penn State and so on, people charging the military to come to the game.
Yeah.
The NFL does it.
Yes.
Those people that stand on the field holding the flags and stuff ain't getting free, Skip.
Right. Well, you know what's even worse, Jimmy? Our government has been giving millions of dollars to do that type of stuff. That shouldn't even be happening, man.
Listen to what I'm saying to you, Skip. 7 out of the 9 years that I played, we didn't even have to go out for the national anthem. Yeah. And then when we had to go out there, the government paid for that.
Right.
If you want us on the field and so on, the government paid for that.
You're right. You know what? The best thing to do is, hey, let's just go back to the way it was.
The way it was. Yeah. And understand the situation. When the Steelers tried to do that and so on, Tomlin was called out in his name.
Wow.
And that's the way it was. My whole, I mean, like I said, 7 out of 9 years that I played. And every year prior to me playing, that's the way it was. You understand? So,
you know, they found a hot spot and a hot button with a lot of people, and it's really sad. It's really sad that they find things that are supposed to unite us, and now it's dividing us. And we gotta find a way to come through it all to make sure it doesn't happen again.
Skip, here's what my thing is. The fact that we are on the phone talking about a flag, and I would take nothing away from the flag, but the fact that we're on the phone talking about the flag in football when Puerto Rico doesn't have power, when they don't have food, when you have people down that going through, maybe not as many in Florida, but who got hit, where we got Texas and so on struggling and so on right now, when we have a president keep calling someone else Rocket Man and everything else and so on, there's way too much going on for us to be talking about a flag, taking knee and so on, and making it about the flag because we have black folks, unarmed black folks getting killed. You understand? Like we have so much going on, so much different stuff. We're talking about a wall. We had a president literally saying the wall is going to be see-through. Like, what are we talking about? Like, what? Like, so it's just, it becomes different. It's different. We got athletes calling the president "you bum" and all that. Like, all the stuff is just. Oh, we got a president, uninviting teams and stuff like that. No matter what it is, like, come on.
It's madness. It's madness.
It's madness.
You know what? We need revival, man. We need to get back to things that matter most. We need to get back to the things that matter most.
Exactly. And people are making too busy reviewing over different things. And I'll be honest with you all, I guess we never did discuss it. I don't know how many people went to the White House when it was, again, they said going to be there. There was a bunch of stuff when I was getting into it, but I can't tell you I was one of the people that did not attend the national championship visit to the White House. I did not go.
Right.
Yeah. No, I did not.
Yeah, they didn't take
I have my own reasons for not going.
Right. Yeah, they didn't take
everything. And guess what? Nobody said nothing. Nobody made a big deal.
Right.
But here's but Skip, and understand what I'm saying. We take a knee because, a knee has been taken. Guys have taken knees because of when, and I take it off of football. Because when Steph Curry said, "Hey, I don't want to go to the White House," it's a big ordeal, and the Golden State Warriors are uninvited. But when Tom Brady did it, it was nothing. You understand? Well, when Tom Brady didn't want to go to see Obama, it was nothing. It wasn't his whole thing and everything else and so on. But he didn't go.
Right. Well, look who's here's even the part that makes it worse. We have a media that's, let's face it, has a bias. There's nobody independently reporting anything out there. Everybody writes with some type of bent today. So you're right. You see two.
You have to pick a side.
Yeah. You're right.
And then you have guys who's picking a side and so on, like Ray Lewis and so on. And it's like, well, what side you on? Ray Lewis,
yeah. That's what I'm saying. Look what he's been doing, man. Shut up! I don't think.
Oh man.
Why do you even get into it?
Yeah.
That's what. Listen, I had someone put like 3 different people put on my wall. Hey, I would love to know what you think about the flag. If you was playing now, would you kneel or so on? I said, remove from my wall on Facebook. That's right, remove from my wall. Like, I don't want to get into it. Because what happens is, Skip, reality. Hey, listen, Skip, the other day I was sitting there, I was watching TV, right? And the news came on. And obviously I'm sitting there watching the news. And the studies show that what they did was they took kids and they was testing the brain, right? They took the kids and they asked them about real estate. And they said, hey, we see this house. They showed them pictures of houses and they wanted them to guess the price.
Oh, boy.
Right? and then so they were guessing the prices and so on. Then they put them in 10, 12 different kids and so on. Then they put them in the MRI machine and so on. And they asked them questions and gave them, facts and so on. And what happened while they was in the MRI machine. So they said, the first question, the first thing they told him was, hey, the number that you picked, the price that you picked was 99% of the people agreed with the price. And when they said that, the brain started firing. It was yellow everywhere and so on. And then they said, but 99% of the people said that the house was ugly. The brain didn't even fire no more. Because what they said was that the person got guarded and they believed in something that they didn't want to think about any other way that it could be, because they thought the house was gorgeous, and they wouldn't even say anything else against that. So screw what the 99 people think. The brain wasn't even working. So instead, what you have to do is when you engage with your loved ones and so on, whatever, you actually have to go out in there. You have to, what do they say, disarm them by saying something positive to get their brain firing again. Like, for example, if I'm arguing with my wife, I have to go in there and I have to say, hey, listen, babe, I agree with you. But what do you think about doing it this way? Because here's how I would think about it. And have them say, oh, okay, well, he's agreeing with me. Then their brain starts firing again. And then it's like, all right, well, yeah, I understand that. But it then becomes, mutual conversation. In these topics, we can't do that.
Yeah.
If you notice right now, Skip, when you talk, I listen, all of us listen, and we say, hey, Skip, yeah, I agree. I understand. I see it from your point of view, Skip. But hold up. Hey, I also want you to see from my point of view. These days, outside of this radio show, you can't have that intelligent dialogue with everyone else, especially through social media.
Right.
People don't even, if you post something right now that's a long message on your page, how many people is going to read?
Oh, it was blown up. It's like a nuclear bomb went off.
I tell you this right now. It was a thing going around years ago, and it was like 32, 300 and something, 389 billion, or so on, was the number that they put out there. But it was written out, 380 billion written out, but it was tons of numbers. And literally it says, how many, after it said that, it said, how many of you guys didn't read what that number was? Because everyone's seeing it, just like, man, that's 380-something billion and so on, whatever. They didn't go 380-something billion, 992 million, such and such. Like, they didn't do all that. Yeah. They just stopped reading. They see the number and they just stop reading. And we don't take the time to read. Everything is pictures and so on right now with social media and so on, instant gratification and so on. When was the last time that people, like Big Blue, right now, a great book right now is True Vine. You heard about that one? True Vine?
No.
It's about the circus, Ringo Brothers, and hello?
Yeah, no, you're good.
Yeah. About brothers that was kidnapped and so on, whatever. But where Penn State is not just about what we read and so on. The fact is we're reading. Right. You understand? We don't take the time to read and so on as Americans, period, to educate ourselves. Right. We want it, and it's continued to get worse for generation after generation and so on. And then when we have a president like we have, and I'm not knocking the president because, hey, it is what it is. He's the president. But why is he treating Puerto Rico like it's Mexico?
I can't speak on it, Jimmy. I don't know. I haven't heard what he's been saying.
It's like, do you realize they're part of America? He just
Yeah, I mean, they're not a state. They're a
territory.
They're a territory. It's like Guam, it's like Guam, and I'm like, and I have a good friend over there who I was in the military with, Ralph Talau, he's a great guy, I miss him, hope they're all okay, it's it's like a different world. If it's not here within the contiguous states, we oftentimes get detached from it,
Hey, listen, I was going to pick up my son from tutoring today, and I screenshot something, and I'll read it to you in a second. And I said this to my wife, and I said, I think he really thinks this is Mexico. And here's what it says. It says, breaking news at CNN, and it says, President Trump has denied a request from Puerto Rico to waive the Jones Act and allow foreign ships to help bring supplies to the devastated island despite waiving the restrictions for Texas and Florida after Hurricane Harvey and Irma. So he did it for Harvey and Irma with Texas and Florida, but he denied it for Puerto Rico.
But yeah, my only concern is who reported it.
I got you, but here's what it is. I mean, there was alerts sent to the phone and so on or whatever. I mean,
I know.
But understand.
That's frustrating too, Jimmy, because where we're getting some of this news from stuff, we're finding that sometimes people they're only reporting part of it. But you're right. We have become a talking points society where you read the first 5-10 words and you figure you know the story. And they writing like that so we don't get it all. And then unfortunately you have people who don't have integrity when they are reporting on both sides. Okay. And then we only get part of what's really happening. And we really don't know sometimes. And I hope that's not true, but I don't know. You asked me.
No. And that's the situation that none of us know. But here's another thing. Skip. And I remember this clear as day. When President Obama was elected, they would not let him have his phone, and they would not let him tweet and all that other stuff and so on or whatever. Why does Donald Trump get a chance to do it? He doesn't stay in the White House. He stays down in Florida. He spends twice the amount of the money with his security team and so on, and he still gets to tweet and so on. And then here's the reality is, because he creates, like I said, I'm not taking a shot at it. I hate the division that's going on. Because do you realize that there's lawsuits, like I said, going after President Trump right now? Because when he gets upset at tweeters or so on or whatever, he blocks them. And because our president decides to use Twitter as the way to reach the American population right now, you're basically cutting off their rights to hear from the president. So they have a lawsuit right now going after President Trump for all the people who blocked him. Who he has blocked. He's blocked people to where, because he don't like what they said about him. And now, guess what? They can't hear from the president. They can't see his tweet.
Well, now here's my question: is at what point can he still be a citizen and express his own opinion? And at what point, there's that line beside, I punched my ticket out for the day. Now I'm my own citizen. I have my own opinions, my own thoughts, and I don't express them. And okay, now I punched in this morning. Now I'm president. Now I have to act, do my job according to the president. I understand the role. It's a balancing act, and I think whoever's been in office has their own personal opinions about things that they want to be able to get out there to people. And I think they have just as much a right to express how they think and how they feel, just as much as their opponents don't like it. So, they still have that First Amendment too, So, yeah, it's not easy, man. I get you.
Man, listen, I get you. You know what? Hey, listen, Skip. You know what all that brought us back to? If they still have First Amendment too, then why are we talking about Kaepernick?
Well, hey, listen, I don't have a problem. Listen, if he wants to do that, okay, he can do that. I personally don't agree with it. I don't like it. I personally think he could take up a cause in a much more constructive and effective manner, because I know myself as a person who's been in the military, I find it disrespectful to the country itself.
Yeah, definitely.
So, I think, sadly, I think they found a niche in our armor that they're just digging it in, and they're pouring gasoline in it and trying to get it to flame up. And we got to put it out, man. The only thing that can fix this is revival in this land. People got to get back to the things that matter most.
Yeah, because the worst feeling in the world, Skip, is to actually have to call your grandma, and your grandma say, "Hey, you had that Twitter thing, right? What's the thing with the bird?" And I was like, "Yeah, I had that." Well, get on there and tell me what Trump is talking about, because you don't come on TV. Let me know what's going on.
Oh, tell me.
And I'm just like, I agree, but
tell me
that's the way.
You're right. Huh? You're right, man. You know what? My mom's disabled, and I love my mom, and I got her an iPad thing, and my mom knows more about people who are my friends on social media than I do, because I don't have time. Who has the time for it, But you're right, Jimmy. That's what's happening. So we have to try to explain stuff,
You got to explain that why our president is tweeting instead of addressing things. Because you know what, Skip? Here's what reality is. And like I said, if he's the president, he's the president. There's nothing that I can do about it personally. But if he's the president, the same, if the fake news stuff, if it's real, if it's fake, and so on, it existed way before he was president. Tapping of the phones and everything else. You know how you nip a lot of stuff in the bud? Stop having tweets and let us see you on TV and see it come out the horse's mouth.
Yeah.
Because guess what? So. Guess how many fake Twitter pages is going on right now with Trump? Guess how many fake people who know how to put the blue verified seal and so on and whatever, and just change their picture. If I go on right now, change my name to Donald Trump, right, so on, I already have a verified sticker, and then I'll change and put his face on it. I could literally treat like I'm the president.
Wow. Yeah, you're right, Jimmy. Yeah. I mean, yeah.
So then now, because our president tweets, how do we know what to believe and which real news, which fake news, and so on? Guess what? Our president needs to go on television to stop the division that's going on in our country right now. Because you know what? The worst fear in the world is imagine we start getting bombed and we go to war right now.
Man, it could happen. It could happen.
And you know what's crazy, Skip? Guess what happens right now? Because here's what on how we talk and so on, with this whole patriotism thing and everything else and so on, you know what that's doing? That's just making more people step up and want to enroll in the military and so on and show who they are and so on. And guess what we look like we about to do? Go to war.
Oh, yeah. It's cold in Korea, man.
But you see what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
So it's like the whole thing is like, well, what's going on? What are we doing? So the flag is an issue right now. Let's bring it up. Let's see how many people are going to fight for this flag and so on. And guess what? Even though gas prices and stuff right now is high, so is people joining the military now.
Really? I didn't know that, Jimmy. Isn't listening up?
Yeah. Listen. I can't even say his name. The Steeler player, the Venezuela, so how do you say his name? When he stood up and he came out and stood for a flag, overnight his jersey became #1 selling jersey in the entire NFL.
I heard that. Yeah.
Overnight.
Wow.
And the recruiting and so on doubled to triple in most cities and so on.
Wow.
Throughout the state for people enrolling in the Army.
Wow. Well, that could be a good thing. It can change people's lives in a positive way.
Yeah, it could be a great thing, but it also, if we go into war over something that's petty and stupid or whatever the case may be.
Nuclear armament and having a madman be able to have access to that stuff is not a good thing. Right? Yeah. There has to be a line that's drawn, and I hope we never have to engage in armed conflict, but I'd rather have the fight somewhere else than I would here in our own home country, man, because that'd be devastating. We do not need the devastation of a nuclear bomb going off in this country because some madman has a lot of hate towards us. So yeah, it's a crazy world we live in, man. Jesus can't come back fast enough, man. Can't come back fast enough. So you guys want to turn it back over to football here and do some picks yet? Or you want to keep talking for a little bit, man? I'll do what you want to do, man. I'm all good.
Like I said, let's get back to football.
Hey, man, I love y'all, and I appreciate it. I'm glad we could talk about it, even here on the radio like this. And that is the coolest thing, that we can actually come together from all types of different backgrounds and speak in an intelligent way and share some thoughts and feelings and consider one another in different ways we never have before, I'm thankful for that. And so I appreciate you guys, and I appreciate everything you've said. So on to football, week 5. Well, let's back up a little bit. Let's back up a little bit. Week back here. I'll give you our totals from last week and overall how we're doing. Last week's winner, as far as getting the picks, believe it or not, was Yakov. He picked every game right. He picked them all right.
Yeah, that's hard to believe.
And he picked every single game right. He was good. And then the big dude came in second with 6-1, and Jimmy, you're 5-2, and I was 4-3. I rolled the dice on some. So, but I did get you all in that UCF game, 38-10 with Maryland. So, so you guys all picked. I get one, but I lost it on Penn State and on Purdue and Michigan. You guys got all Michigan on that one. So, but Purdue gave it a good game. Yeah, that was a good game. Some great games. Games. Overall, we're looking at with right now the leader, the big dude at 35-8, and then Yakov and I are at 34-9, and Jimmy are at 33-10. So it's all neck and neck, man. We're all a game or so away. That's because I gave you all last week, Anyway, hey, so this week what we have here is Nebraska and Illinois. Maybe we got to have Yakov pick that one first.
Cole, you there? Take us off of mute. All right, I'll be Cole. Listen. I'm go, and I think that Cole, you there? Yeah, I'm really real. Oh, I was getting you for a second. Listen. I can't go against Illinois because love me. Hey, they gotta. Hey, they gonna come across that Illinois in a couple weeks. Oh, okay. He's telling you going with the Illinois team.
He's gonna call that one early, Jimmy.
You see that? In a couple weeks. So, yeah, we will still see.
Well, he got to pick you, Cole. You got to pick this one or Nebraska.
Yeah. So how we looking? How we looking right now? How we looking? Illinois versus Nebraska, right?
Yep.
Who you got, Cole? Let me see. You gonna look at the stats? Let's see. Look something up. Hey, hold on. Let me check that one. Hold on. Let me see what we got. It's in Nebraska?
It's at Illinois.
Oh, yeah, Cole. That might help them out. Illinois is 2-1. Illinois is 2-1. And they lost to a ranked team. Oh, I'm trying to figure who that was. Trying to hype them up.
There you go.
Yeah, and Nebraska is 2-2. Nebraska is 2-2, and they lost to a ranked team. Was that Texas? They lost to? I believe so. Yeah. I think that was a big pick we had earlier in the year. Texas, I think. Texas. Man.
You're gonna flip the quarter. You're gonna roll the. What are you gonna do, you coach?
It's not even that hard, Coach. Don't sound like you love it, Robbie. Nah, man, hold on. I'm trying to find out. Let me see. I gotta look that up, man. You guys, that guy that used to wear the red sweater last year, King something. You have to put the red sweater on.
Hey, you coach.
Yeah, let me look this up.
Hey, you coach. Here's what we'll do. We'll go ahead and pick ours, and we'll let you get the final pick on that one. Okay. Hey, Jimmy, who do you want on this one?
We'll be right back because I thought everyone's most likely going with Nebraska.
That's right. I'm with you on that one. Big dude, you got Nebraska.
Hey, but look though. Wait a minute. No, Yaakov, because last week you talked me out of the Notre Dame game.
Yeah, he did.
Hey, wait a minute, bro. Nebraska. This is Nebraska's game so far. They're 2-2. They played Arkansas State game 1. They won 43-36. They played Oregon, lost 35-42. Played Northern Illinois, lost 21-17. Played Rutgers last week, won 27-17. And now they're playing Illinois. So it sounds like they play to the lesser talent. So I don't know. It sounds like Illinois might have a shot at this one.
Was that your pick?
That's who you going with? Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with the fight in the line now. I'm gonna have to give him a shot for that.
Okay.
Yes, I just moved up to third place. That's what I'm saying. I'm gonna have to give him a shot. That might have to be my sleeper game. Who we got next, Skip?
What about big dude? Stefan, who you picking? Oh, maybe we lost a big dude. Okay, well, I'll have him text his in to us. Next, we got Maryland at Minnesota.
Oh, that's gonna be a good one.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm going Minnesota.
I'm with you, Jimmy.
Hold on. Minnesota is 3-0. Maryland is 2-1. Maryland just took a second. Skip, are you there?
Oh yes, yeah. All right, big dude. Yeah, we're here, brother. What do you got? You gonna?
I'm taking Illinois.
Really? Oh, okay.
Yeah. Listen, Nebraska is a little bit better than Rutgers. That's what I say. This is the worst Nebraska team ever. Yeah. I don't think they won this bad. It's the worst one I've ever seen. Every couple of breaks watches could be last week. That's bad. I'm thinking, the Black has a new AD. The other AD got fired. Yeah. Too much going on, man. I didn't know I was about to apply for the job. Yeah. Hey, this Maryland Minnesota game, let me show you something with this one. I'm going to go with Maryland. While you're deciding, I'm going to go with Minnesota. Maryland has lost both quarterbacks.
I'm with you.
Both quarterbacks here, both of them are gone. Maryland is in trouble.
Yep.
Lost for Maryland.
Yep.
And Minnesota is going to run that ball.
It's at Minnesota.
No.
It's at Minnesota too. So that's.
Oh.
Okay, you still hanging on the edge in that one there, Yakov? Or?
Yeah, with that one right there, I go with Minnesota. I go with Minnesota.
Okay. But
you pulled me off of that one. You pulled me off of that.
Hey,
quarterback got you, huh? You had to scrape me off that one.
Okay. Here's one. We got Northwestern at Wisconsin.
Wow. I got to go with Wisconsin.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah, I'm saying.
We're across the board on that one.
Hey, I call you said Wisconsin. You know where Northwestern is located, right? Hey. That's all I can say. That's all I got.
Well, I'll tell you this.
They don't have TJ Watt anymore, bro. That's on the road guys here in the Big Ten championship game. I gotta give him something.
You want Northwestern, Yakov?
Nah, I gotta go with Wisconsin.
Okay.
Nah, big dude, you can't steal me off that one.
Okay. Hey, this next one's actually gonna be a pretty interesting game. We got Iowa at Michigan State.
Iowa, Michigan State or Michigan?
No, Michigan State. Michigan State. At Michigan State. So I'm actually going.
I'm going Iowa.
Oh, really? Okay.
Wow. Let me see what Michigan. Wow. Hey, do you see what Notre Dame just did to them?
Well,
right.
That's right. They want to win. They
still shell-shocked.
No.
Well, I think Iowa's runners is playing well enough, and their O-line is going to get them done. I just don't think Michigan State has enough.
Oh, really? You
I think.
Iowa too? Okay.
Yeah, I want to take Iowa.
Okay.
I mean, who do you think? Do you think Notre Dame has a better defense than Penn State? We're in competition, brother. We can't be asking this no advice. Now, come on. Yeah, Kyrie Irving. That's how you go to LeBron Kyrie. Hey, we're just stepping aside and just speaking about our football knowledge. That's all. I just try to get a little knowledge. That's all, Hey, no, I ain't giving you nothing. I'm trying to go for that number one spot, bro.
It's all close.
Yeah, like I need that extra sandwich. Yeah. So let me man. I'm gonna go with Iowa. I gotta go with Iowa.
Okay. So
I think truthfully, Iowa will say to themselves that they'll probably have something like a moral victory against Penn State. Hey, listen what I tell you. Last week I was all on. Skip was like, listen, you know me, I'm never going for Notre Dame. And I was just like, I really don't feel like Michigan State. Me too. Notre Dame. But then y'all told me all these stats and everything else. And I was like, all right, cool. And guess what happened? Did you go with Michigan State or Notre Dame? I went with Michigan State because all the stats that you was pulling out. I think they got a loss. Guess what? Now I'm in fourth place and you tied with Skip for second. Man, I thought we picked Notre Dame for that one. Nope.
You did. You did. You picked it. Yakov.
I did.
No, Yakov got it. He's the only one.
Yeah. I think I picked all these stats out.
He talked everybody else out of it so he could get it.
Yeah. He's the only one who got it. That's all the man. Talking all that stuff about 11, man. You got me.
Oh, wow.
Twisting me up, too.
Hey, we only got a couple more left here. We got Ohio State at Rutgers.
I'm set alert. Wrong. I'm set alert. Wow.
No.
I said wrong. I know I said wrong.
Stephen, you are.
I'm set alert wrong, man.
Okay.
Let's take the pain out of it.
Listen. I already put. By the way, if you guys are looking at our website, lionslive.com, we got our picks. I've already entered in Ohio State for us all on that one already right now as I'm talking. Already picking that one. And of course, here we have our own.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you this, Skip. I really don't want to pick them, but I got you. Because listen, if I wasn't in fourth place and I was in first place, I would pick Rutgers.
Really?
Okay. Tell you that. Yeah, I don't like Ohio State, man.
I know you that.
I'm acting like Kurt Herbstreit from here on out.
That's good. Hey, maybe he'll hear this and maybe he'll hear that and invite you on.
Yeah. Man.
On. Yeah, give him a call and tweet out to him. Tweet out to him and see what he comes back with. He was actually putting on a video tweet or something before one of the NFL games he went to that weekend too about Penn State too, man. He's got a axe to grind against us, man.
I ain't mad. Oh, he doesn't like us, man.
Oh no.
He kept us doing that scandal the most, man. And then he said he wouldn't send his sons to Penn State over the whole thing. That's why I don't want him anyway. Yeah, exactly. And you know what? And he wasn't good enough to play for us. So what's the difference?
Right.
He was a bum.
Right.
He was a bum. Okay, where he was, sir. He was a bum.
There you go. Hey, we got our own game, guys. Penn State and Indiana. We're home, and I can't think anybody here is going to pick Indiana.
I'm going Indiana, bro.
Oh yeah, we all got that one. Let's get some scores.
Wow. Come on, Yaakov, let's go, because you know you. Could you go first? Every now and then? I was messing. I said, Yaakov, could you go first every now and then, Yaakov?
Hey, you guys got to give me some insight, man. I need some more insight, man. I'm not getting enough, baby.
He's
really got all the stats.
He's doing this. He's looking this on the fly, guys. He's sitting in front of his computer, man.
He's sitting there. I see him. He's pretty quick too, Yaakov. You got that new 5G, huh? Okay.
That's good.
Yeah, you can't mess with Yaakov. You got that 10X phone. I got you.
Yeah. Well, I'll go first. Penn State 35. Penn State 35. Indiana 10.
Oh, I like that. I'm not ready to go 35.
I'm going to say 33-14, close to a pitch score. They get a late touchdown on the second string, man. What can I tell you?
I was thinking, well, did you say 31?
33.
Okay, I'm going 31. And I'm going to go 31 to 10. I'm going to 31 to 10.
Okay.
I'm going to go 31 to 10. I'm going to trim that down a little bit.
Yeah, well.
I mean, I'm looking at it like this. Indiana already played Ohio State. Whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, I don't know. But, I mean, they let up 41 against Ohio State. So I feel like, they should come out of this a little better, but maybe not. I don't know. Well, they're not going to tell you one thing. They're not coming to lose. I can tell you that much.
Oh, no.
I bet you that much.
No, you know that.
What was that?
They're not coming to lose. I can tell you that much.
Well, they're a month out from Ohio State when they lost 49-21. So
yeah,
I'm going. All right, so I'm going Penn State for the win. 34-24. 34-20. No, Jimmy, you're hard, man. You can't even do such a change for points, man. I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna tell you this right now. I know they put up a good fight and everything else and so on. And what time is the game? It's an early game.
3 o'clock.
3:30.
3:30.
I think they're gonna come up ready to fight, and I think it's gonna be a battle. And I think when you think of Iowa, you're thinking of running their zones, you're thinking of running the ball all the time.
when you think of Indiana for the last few years, you're always thinking about with the success to Randall, you always think about them throwing. I think if we have Sharif get as much pressure as he can get, I think we'll be okay. But other than that, we didn't have that much of that good of a pass rush. So I think we're going to be tested a little bit, and I think I honestly believe that we'll be down by halftime.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, I think we're going to win. Obviously, I think we're going to win. Wow. But I think if we're not tied, it's at least, let me see, it might be 14-10 or something along those lines.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I think we'll be fine.
All right. Wow, that's pretty good.
Well, I talked to Miss Cleo.
Oh. Jimmy, you're too
listen, Indiana has a big play. They got big play offense now. Yeah. And you can't sleep on them.
No.
And I'm telling you, the quality of the Big Ten has gotten a lot better than people want to give it credit for.
That's right.
That's what I'm trying to explain to you. So Coach Franklin said that he thought it was the best conference last year. Well, I hope you understand that coming out, that that's what it is. And they just don't want to knock off. This is a lot bigger, like you said. Everybody wants to beat Penn State, whether they want to get more conference or not. So,
right.
Hey, they're going to come in there and they're going to give it all they have. It's not going to be enough. I don't know if I'd say 24 points, but I think anything is possible. And I would say that they'll play a decent first half. But again, like you said, until we get ourselves more established, we're not going to walk all over anybody. But I think it'll do us good to get up quick 14-0 and be in pretty good shape. Hey, how much did Iowa put up last week? 19. 19? All right, so yeah, I give Indiana's offense a little bit better than Iowa right now.
Okay.
How about that?
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey.
So I'm just being fair.
Sure.
Because I think we made Iowa one-dimensional to a point, where they wasn't beating us with their arm, to a point. And, and I think Indiana could possibly beat us in the, because we're going to get some stupid pass interference calls and stuff like that to put them in good field position. And, obviously the kicking game plays a part and so on.
What about turnovers? How about turnovers, Jimmy? What are you thinking on that end?
I think Penn State's going to have at least 3 to 4 sacks, and I think the defense might score 1.
Okay.
And I think we're going to have a fumble by, I think, maybe one of those. Hold on, let me call Cleo again. What's she saying? Cleo?
Is she tweeting?
I think we're going to have a receiver or something fumble or do something that's going to make us upset. How about that?
You're too much, man.
Yeah, I was going to mention, they do have an All-American linebacker, Indiana. I haven't seen him, but they just got him listed as All-American linebacker. So his name is Gray Scales. Gray Scales.
Wow.
So, and then they got a punt returner that returned 2 punts for touchdown. That's the team. Like I said, won the last game in the game, 2 consecutive touchdowns in each, or 1 in each game like that. So
it's going to be a good game, and the weather's going to be great up here. It's one of the nicest weekends I think we have coming up here. Like 65 degrees outside, just perfect football.
That boy weather is back.
Oh yeah, you know it. It hasn't been that way this week. It's been hot out, Jenny, but really great weekend for football here. And I can't thank you guys enough, man. I appreciate you guys more every week. I really love you guys, and I appreciate it. This is a lot of fun, and it's just been a blast. So let's get a wrap here for tonight, guys. I appreciate everybody, and thank you all for listening, folks out there. On behalf of the big dude, Stephen Davis, you got the Grizz, Jimmy Kennedy, Jacoby. My name's Skip Rowell. You've been listening to Lions Live. We can't wait to see you again here next Wednesday, but sure to join us. And if you're coming in here this weekend, stay safe. Lord bless you. Keep it. And, man, let's just enjoy some great football, all right? Have a great night, y'all. Love you all. Take care.
All right, man.
And we'll get back now to our regularly scheduled program.
Time to think about this, and I would imagine my top.
No, because it makes you really think about it fast.
I get it, and so I would.
Because you go with your first ones.
At a different time later, I would probably pick but as of now, number 5 for me. And by the way, Jesus made my bonus list because you told me you were taking him for number 1.
What do you mean I'm taking him for? There's enough of the Lord to go
around. Number 5 for me is Albert Einstein.
Interesting. Okay.
I heard he was a little quirky, a little crazy,
Mhm.
but definitely would have been interesting to converse with that guy at lunch. Number 4, Nikolai Tesla. So those are like the two,
Man,
you know what I mean?
yes.
Those are the two.
He's kind of quirky too.
Two
Tesla.
minds that I would like to have lunch with for sure. Number 3 is British philosopher Alan Watts, who died in 1973.
Interesting. That's a very interesting pick. Yeah.
He's the internet describes him as an interpreter of Eastern philosophy for a Western audience, but it's very insightful.